standing in this place. I am a guy who's pro-choice. I know a lot of people object to that. That's where how I think.
Could you expand on that?
Well, it's a libertarian perspective for me. I don't think that I don't see the government having the right of domain over a woman's body, but I absolutely believe that abortion is wrong. That's not something I would ever think of in my own life. And I think that there is a great moral, religious, social argument to be made that people like you, and for some of you, imagine, make it all the time. And I think that's where it belongs, but that's me. On the other hand, I'm a member of the NRA. I'm a gun owner. I support the Second Amendment.
What do you think?
Absolutely.
Supporting Harry Reid?
I didn't like that. I thought it was hypocritical.
Me too.
And I thought it was an opportunist way to go, as I understand it. But, it's unfortunate. Maybe Mr. Reid wouldn't be there anyway, so it may not matter. But, yeah.
Could you speak a little bit on the Arizona law, where you stand on that? Does it come in Congress?
I've read a lot of it. I understand some of it. I can't speak to specifics of the law. I'm not that well versed in it, but I will say this. It is my general opinion that if the U.S. government did its job, this would not be the issue that it is today.
Exactly.
And that there's not a person in this room that I could scratch and not find an immigrant. It's not about immigration. It's not about the value of the people that come here. It's about how they get there, whether they obey our laws, whether they're here legally. We still, and whether or not they contribute, and what it is we get out of them as a society, as well as what they get out of us. So it's a touchy subject, and it's fraught with politics. In this district, because there's so many, there are a lot more immigrants working daily in this district than people realize, in a lot of farms and vineyards. And they're a valuable part of the community and not to be diminished. But we, I think, as citizens, as a country, have an obligation and a right to know who they are, where they are, and how they contribute. And how they got here, and we should protect our borders. And, I don't know exactly, but tens of thousands of people are being killed on the border. If you don't live there, don't be so quick to judge. But I don't know enough about the law itself.
But if it came up in Congress, would you vote?
I'd have to read it. I mean, I can't tell you.
What would be your first priority? Secure the border?
I think you do two things at once. I think you have to secure the border, but I also think you have to secure the workplace. If people can't work when they get here, if you have a way to make sure that employers can get the people they need, but they can't hire them if they're not registered, then people have to go home, because you can't live here forever if you don't work.
How do you feel about borders?
I don't like the idea. I think it would crowd our borders overnight. And I don't think you reward people for breaking the law. I think it's the wrong message. We certainly don't. I don't get angry if I do something illegal. I should everybody else. I think it's cop out. That's right. And that's what you see going on today.
I mean, that's what it's all about. He wants to guarantee that state.
Questions, anyone?
In regard to the immigration thing, are we taking care of all our legitimate citizens right now before we're considering all kind of other people coming in? So to me, that's a huge question. It's got to be answered. Are we taking care of our natural and legal citizens, first of all, before we're opening the gate to all kind of other people?
I think we're taking care of a lot of folks. And some of them we should, and some of them we shouldn't. One of the problems today is you have 9.5% unemployment, maybe 10, and in reality it's closer to 17 or 20 because of the people that drop off and stop looking in the way they count the numbers. So I think that kind of adds to some of the anger. But I don't think Americans are racist. I mean, I know I'm not. I think what Americans are is concerned that we can't keep up with all the things that we're being asked to keep up with, not just in our through our government, and that, you know, government should not be as big as it is. We have a 12 to 14 trillion dollar deficit, current account deficit, and the future deficit of, it's over 50 trillion dollars. It's just incredible the problems we're facing. But think about it logically. What does it really mean? It means we've ignored things that we knew were coming to the point that we ran out of choices. We're facing, as I said earlier, time and consequences when our choices and options have narrowed down, that we have borrowed, begged, and stolen everything we can, and now we're wondering what happened. Well, government's no different than your house. The only difference is they have us. They have a pretty press, and they have us, and they can push their problems onto us. And people have a marginal capacity to pay. I mean, if your water bill goes up, if it was $1 and it doubles to $2, there's not a person here who's going to make a phone call. But that's happening all the way across the board, and all of us have reached a point where we're saying, enough, I can't afford this. You live in Lowell, New York, and you've got almost 9% sales tax, out of control property taxes and school taxes. And if there's one thing I understand is that as your country goes the way your educational system goes. And in 1950, we had the best in the world. We don't anymore. We're something way down the list, 17, 18, whatever it is. And the rest of the world wants what we have. And we're not entitled to America as we understood it. We're entitled to America as we understood it, as long as we protect what it represented. It doesn't say, I don't love my country, I do. What it says is that we need to protect those values that made this country magnificent, exceptional over time. It has transcended, it's provided more wealth